July 6th, 1942. A few days ago, Father began to talk about going into hiding. He said it would be very hard for us to live cut off from the rest of the world. He sounded so serious I felt scared. Don't worry, Annika. Just enjoy your carefree life while you can. Carefree? I was born in Frankfurt on June 12, 1929. Because we're Jewish, my father emigrated to Holland in 1933, but Hitler invaded Holland on May 10, 1940. 5 days later, the Dutch surrendered. The Germans arrived, and the trouble started for the Jews. Father was forced to give up his business, manufacturing products used to make jam. We couldn't use streetcars, couldn't go to the theater or movies anymore, couldn't be out on the street after 8 p.m., couldn't even sit in our own gardens. We had to turn in our bicycles. No beaches, no swimming pools, no libraries. We couldn't even walk on the sunny side of the streets. Our identity cards were stamped with a big black J, and we had to wear the yellow star. But somehow life went on, until yesterday. A call-up notice from the SS. My sister Margot was ordered to report for work in Germany to the Westerbork transit camp. Call-up. Everyone knows what that means. At 5:30 this morning, we closed the door of our apartment behind us. My cat was the only living creature I said goodbye to. The unmade beds, the breakfast things on the table, all created the impression we'd left in a hurry. And our destination? We walked 2.5 miles in the pouring rain all the way to 263 Prinsengracht, Father's office building. Our hiding place, the secret annex, is right behind it upstairs. Even though the Germans forced Father out, he still runs the office with Mr. Fowler and me, who've offered to help us while we're in hiding.
Oh, Meep. Frank, thank God you arrived safely. Meep and Margot, Mrs. Frank, you must be exhausted. If we'd have known, we would have had it already for you.
You've done too much already, Meep.
Oh.
Besides, it's good for us to keep busy. As you see, Anne's my little helper.
I see that. Oh, Peter, come in.
Welcome, Peter. Peter Van Dam, children.
Welcome to the annex.
Peter, this is Anne. Margot and my wife, Mrs. Frank. Mrs. Frank.
Forgive me, Peter, I'm not quite myself, but I'm glad you'll be staying with us.
I am too. A cat. He has a cat.
A black one.
We had a cat too. I wanted to bring her, but I know our neighbors will take care of her until we come back. It'll be great having a cat around, won't it, Kim? Won't it be fantastic?
And dear, please don't get so excited. Peter doesn't know you yet.
He'll get to know me soon enough, though. It'll be great having people around. Like another big family. Won't it, Margot?
Yes.
It'll be like vacation, some strange pension or something. An adventure, both dangerous and romantic at the same time.
What is it, Peter?
My parents, they were right behind me. Just went straight away. You don't think they were.
They'll be.
Don't worry, Peter. Just like me.
Mother jumps at every little thing. What's its name?
Mushy.
Mushy. Mushy. I love cats. Where did you go to school?
They set up a technical school in somebody's house. Once we were forbidden.
I went to a Montessori school, then got switched to the Jewish Lyceum.
I know. I saw you there.
You did?
See? What did I tell you? Now we're all here.
Just in time. We had to take the long way around. There were too many police on the streets.
Mrs. Van Dam, Mr. Van Dam, you know my wife, of course, and children.
We must hurry. We're working to be here in half an hour.
Such trouble we're causing you, Mr. Carl. After all you and me have done, and now we arrive early.
You couldn't let your daughter be taken away, Mr. Frank.
Oh, please don't worry. We'll do everything we can to help. Now I must run and get your ration books.
Wait. You see our names on the ration books, will they know we're here?
Trust me, your name won't be on them. If you make a list every day, I'll try and know what you want. And every Sunday I can bring 5 library books.
5? I know what my 5 are going to be.
And remember, there are 7 of us.
I know, Mother.
It's illegal then? The ration books, we've never done anything illegal.
I don't think we'll be living exactly according to regulations here.
that bookcase placed in front of your door. Oh, and one last thing, the radio.
Radio?
Which we had ours months
Thank you,
ago.
Mr. Crowler, for everything.
You'll tell them about the noise.
I'll tell them.
Mr. Calder, really, how can we ever thank you for all you've done?
Please. I never thought I'd live to see the day a man like Mr. Frank would have to go into hiding.
For the train. It's a wonder we weren't arrested. White Petronella walking down the street, wearing a fur coat, carrying a hat box, in the middle of summer.
What do you need another hat for?
It's not another hat. It's... Oh, I just don't feel at home without my chamber pot.
Now, everyone, a few things. Quickly, we need to get organized before 8. And, sit down. First off, about the noise. Now, we'll work better in the building from 8 to 6. We must keep completely quiet. So, no shoes. And move only when absolutely necessary. We can't run any water. We can't flush the toilet in the WC. Pipes go down through the warehouse and every sound can be heard.
Only one toilet? For all of us?
And no trash can never be thrown out, not even a potato peel. We'll burn everything in the stove. Can't go outside. Can't look out a window. No coughing. If possible, no fevers. Remember, we can never call a doctor. This is the way that we must live till it's over. But after 6, we can talk, laugh, play games, move around just as we would at home. Now, this will be our common room. The place we meet to have supper like one family.
One family? I love that.
And now, why don't we get settled in? Now, as Mr. Van Dam and I discussed, this floor will be the Van Dam home, the lower floor for Frank. Peter, I know your space is small, but you'll be near your parents. Actually, I'm glad you brought your cat. He warns us there may be rats.
Rats? Oh my god.
I'm sure Mushi could take care of a few rats. Come, Petronella, let's go up to the attic and bring down the pots.
Never would thank you, Mr. Frank. If it weren't for you, I don't know what would have happened to us.
You can't imagine how your husband helped me when I first arrived in Amsterdam, not knowing a soul and unable to speak a language. Besides, he's been an excellent business partner.
Well, that's true.
God, it's hot.
If you take off that precious coat for one moment, you'll feel a lot cooler.
You rest, Steve. You haven't closed your eyes since yesterday. Nor you, Margaret.
I slept, Father. Isn't that funny? Even though I knew it would be the last night in my own bed.
You can sleep through it. Now, take your shoes off before you fall. You too, Peter. Shoes.
You're sure you're not too tired, Annika?
Please, Mother, I'm fine. Hey, what are you doing?
Taking it off.
You can't. They'll arrest you if you go out without your star.
Who's going out? Now I don't have to be branded.
You're right. We don't need it anymore. Remember when it all started? People always tried to look the other way. Their eyes always landed right there. Mother sewed this on so tight.
They made us wear the star was the worst day of my life.
Look, that's Tamar. Did you know Haley Gosler?
No,
Yogi Duvall?
never heard of her.
Oh, but you heard of me.
Well, my father is your father's business partner, so
You heard of me. You heard of me. I'm famous at my school.
that's true, in a way.
What do you mean?
And you mustn't bother Peter.
I'm not bothering him. Mushi. Mushi? Mushi.
Mushi either. Then we'll have our first real supper.
He's awfully shy.
Oh, you'll like him, I know.
I better. He's the only boy I'm going to see for quite some time, and I can't. Him, my movie stars. You remember? I know. I'll put them right. Wait. Where's my diary? I
upstairs.
But
Never, Anne. This is what going into hiding means. One mistake could cost us our lives.
no.
But every day, Meep and Mr. Crowler will be here with food, books, their precious company. They're friends, Anne. That's rare these days. If the Nazis found out they were hiding us, they'd be bored too.
Your fountain pen.
Your fountain.
Oh, Tim, what a darling you are.
All those bags of beans and potatoes, is that what we'll be eating every night? Not the variety, is there?
Don't listen to her. My wife's a great cook.
We're lucky to have her.
Even with beans. You'll see. Oh, am I going to miss those gourmet meals?
Please stop exaggerating.
The women seem content, don't they?
You can never really tell with women, but I think we'll be just fine.
Good. Mrs. Van Dam will meet back here at 6 to begin preparing supper.
6 o'clock, yes.
Come away from the kitchen, Petronella. The workmen will be here at any moment.
Maybe it's a mistake. All of us going into hiding like this, it's better if we separate. Then they betray or caught. At least the
Children could never have understood. They couldn't have borne it. No more than we. Come. We must be quiet.
Margot, you all right? I'm still shaking. Feel my hand. Don't worry. We're here now. Can't get you. Yes. We're here.
Und wir absolut einzutreten entschlossen sind, bis zum letzten Hauch. Dieses Deutschland, der deutsche Volksgemeinschaft aller deutschen Stämme, das Großdeutsche Reich, sieg heil! Sieg heil!
The silence that frightens me the most. Every time I hear a creak in the house or a step on the street, I'm sure they're coming for us. I wander from room to room, feeling like a songbird with its wings ripped off, and it keeps hurling itself against the bars of its cage. Let me out, where there's fresh air and laughter. And then I remember the Jews who aren't in hiding. And I know we live in a paradise. We're as quiet as baby mice. Who would have dreamt that Quicksilver Anne would have to sit still for hours and, what's more, could?
At last.
What were you writing that was so funny? Nothing about me, I hope. Can I take a peek?
No, Mrs. Van Dam.
Not even a little peek.
Not even a little peek, Mrs. Van Dam.
All right, fine. I'm first for the WC.
Does anyone see my shoes?
Shoes?
You took them, didn't you?
I don't know what you're talking about.
You're gonna be sorry now.
Am I?
Definitely.
And
Which legging?
I'm waiting. I'm waiting, I'm waiting, I'm waiting. Here. Oh, you're strong. Bet you didn't think I was this strong, did you? You're getting angry. I'm making you really angry now.
Peter.
Dance with me,
Especially a girl like our Ed. Give him time.
How much time does he need? You dance with me, Margot. I have to help with supper. But if we don't practice, we'll forget.
All right, all right.
Look, everyone. Margot's the real dancer in the family. Him! Beautiful. I wish I could dance like that.
Chair, dear. Dancing.
Where's Peter? In his room. His father will kill me if he catches him with that cat again. And, darling, do me a favor. Get Peter out of his room. Peter! Oh, Peter!
What is it?
Another one. Come out. You know what your father says.
I'll be mushy.
All right. Give me supper and come right out.
Just anyway, talk to your little girlfriend.
Mother, please.
He's blushing.
You're crazy. She's only 13.
So, you're 16. Your father's older than I am. I tell you, Mr. Frank, we're here much longer. We're liable to be related. Oh, look. I have a run here.
Some run.
I hate them.
Good evening, everyone. I'd love to stay for supper, but I'm so shy I can
All
barely get a
right. I heard about you. How you talked so much in class. Mr. Keesing called you Miss Quack Quack. It made you write a composition. Quack, 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 said Mrs. Quack Quack.
Go ahead. Tell them the rest. How it was so good he read it out loud to our class and read it to all his other classes.
I know about you. Always joking.
I don't always joke.
Always making fun of. Mocking people. Quack, quack, quack.
I don't always... Ah! The most infuriating voice I've ever met.
That's right, Anne. You give it to us.
And it's all voice that were like hiding on
Quack,
your
quack, quack. From now on, stay out of my room.
And excellent in history and in Latin.
Pete's not here yet?
Jordan only left a little while ago.
What's for dinner?
Beans.
Again? I saw you in there playing with that cat.
He was only in there for a second. He's been out here all afternoon working on his French.
Really?
How did I do in algebra?
I think we'd both better give up on algebra.
How did I do? How do you always do, Margot? Brilliant.
You might have used the subjunctive here.
Where? Oh. Mrs. Van Daan, may I try on your coat?
Anne, of course you may. My father gave me this coat the year before he died. He always got the best when he was alive.
Did you have a lot of boyfriends before you were married?
Anne, dear, it's not courteous to ask personal questions.
Why not? I had a throng of admirers who couldn't keep their eyes off me.
I can imagine. Our house was always swarming with boys. I remember the summer when I was 16.
Oh God, here we go again.
Who's talking to you? We had a big house in Berberhaven. Those boys came buzzing like bees around a honeypot. My father was very worried with all those boys buzzing around. He'd say, if any of them gets fresh, you tell him. Remember, Mr. So-and-so. Remember, I'm a lady.
Remember, Mr. So-and-so. Remember, I'm a lady.
Very good. All right, that's enough.
What do you have them write about all the time? How much does a 13-year-old have to say?
Just because someone's young doesn't mean they don't have anything to say, Mr. Van Zandt.
Please, can't I have any privacy?
Petronella, could you tell me what could be so private?
You know how it is at that age. You see everything private. Even brushing your teeth.
I just hope she doesn't write anything about me in that private diary of hers.
Don't be ridiculous. Really, Woody, you're so childish sometimes.
You still haven't finished your French? Ought to be ashamed.
I know. I'm a hopeless case.
You're not hopeless. He is not hopeless. He just doesn't have anyone to help him like the girls do. Maybe you could, Mr. Frank.
I'm sure his father would...
Not me! He won't listen to me!
What do you say, Peter?
Mr. Frank, you're an angel. I don't know why I didn't meet you before I met that one over there.
Oh, come! Peter, show me what chapter you're on.
You listen to Mr. Frank today. Mr. Frank is a highly educated man.
it's hard enough without you sprawling all over the place.
We didn't smoke so much for you and be so ill-tempered.
Am I smoking? Do you see me smoking?
Don't tell me you used up all those cigarettes.
One package. We've only brought one package.
You're smoking up all our money.
Will you shut up? What are you staring at?
I just never heard grown-ups quarrel before. I thought only children quarreled before I even grew up.
This isn't a quarrel. It's a discussion. And I never heard children so rude before.
Rude? Me?
I don't have... Dear, why don't you go do my knitting? I must remember to ask me for more wool.
And I have a library book for her to return, and I need some hair cleansing soap.
Please, me, bring me some starch, some tea, some biscuits, a movie star magazine. Tell us all the latest news, Meat. Meat. It's a wonder Meat has a life of her own. Did you know that she's engaged to someone called Jan? And she's crazy about him. But terrified the Nazis will send him to Germany to work in a war camp. That's what they do with all the infections these days. They pick them up off the street.
Suppose you try keeping still for 5 minutes.
And, dear, it's on your milk.
Talk, chatter. It's a wonder we haven't been discovered and shot. Why do you have to show off all the time? Why can't you be quiet like your sister Margot? Be a good girl.
Not me. I'm going to be remarkable. I'm going to Paris.
Really?
You'll see. One day I'm going to be a writer, or a singer, or a dancer.
Oh my God, my coat! My beautiful coat!
I'm sorry.
Do you know what my father paid for this? Look at it!
I'm very, very sorry.
I can kill you for this!
Petronella.
And you simply can't behave like this.
It was an accident. Anyone can have an
I'm
accident.
not just talking about the coat. Listen, we're all living under great stress here, but you don't see your sister Margot getting into arguments with Van Dance.
Margot's perfect. She doesn't get into arguments with anyone.
I'm not perfect. She's courteous. She keeps her distance, and they respect her for it. Just try to be more like Margot.
Have them walk over me too? No, thank you.
They don't walk over me.
Oh, yes, they do. All over you.
I'm not afraid they're going to walk all over you, and I'm afraid you'll walk all over them. I don't know what happens to you. I never talk to my mother the way you talk to me.
Yes, Mother. No, Mother. Anything you say, Mother. People don't talk like that anymore. I can't do everything for you.
Margot does not do everything.
Margot, that's all I ever hear.
Don't be so dramatic.
Everything she does is right, and everything I do is wrong. If I talk, I'm a schwab. If I answer, I'm rude. I'm selfish if I eat too much. I'm cowardly. I'm stupid. I'm a complete disappointment. I'll never live up to Margot's expectations. I'll never be her.
I don't know how we can go on living like this.
You know Anne. In a few minutes, she'll be joking and laughing again.
No room, no privacy for any of us. Those people